car. Alright guys, so we just made it to the track. We are in line for the daily driver cruise. Looks like there's a bunch of daily drivers here today. The rules for this class are basically full interior, all steel, all glass other than the hood. Doesn't matter what tire you're on as long as it's 28 or 275. And you have to have full exhaust and you have to make a 60-mile cruise, 30 miles out and 30 miles back. So kind of keeps some of the killers out. It's only a $50 buy-in, so it's affordable. You know, everybody can get in and have fun. Basic everyday driver car that drives around on the road, and you know, it was a little bit souped up. So I'll show you guys some of the cars.
Daily drivers, I need you guys to active Detroit.
Buddy? Alright guys, so we're out here at Milan Dragway for Detroit Hood TV's Pour Your Own Puddle. It's been a while since we've been here. The track's gotten a lot better since the last time I was here, a lot of rubber down, but they have moved the starting line up, so they try to keep it relatively fair and make it so that it's, you know, a tricky surface. Tommy's running small tire, I'm running daily driver today. Just got back from the cruise a little bit ago. It was like an hour. It was pretty wild. The cruise is probably the craziest thing I'll do today, honestly, because it was just like 35 cars and everybody's just trying to go as fast as they can to keep up with each other, and we're blasting through stoplights. It was a mess. But and Tommy's got the bye first round.
So I think there's 33 cars with small tire, and there's 35 in daily driver, so something's working with whatever they're doing with the daily driver stuff, because it wasn't like this a little while ago to get this many daily driver cars.
And they are, most of them are real daily drivers, and I was happy to see that.
So I ended up getting pretty lucky. I drew the bye first round. There's 17 pairs, so the track should get pretty decent by the time I make my hit. We're gonna throw a little bit of a heater in it. It shouldn't be too aggressive because not a lot of people are getting down, but
we haven't made a pass on a street or a backside in a while in the car. We've been doing the No Prep Kings deal, and then we've been doing some front side racing here lately. So
we put a second weight bar back in the car. We haven't done that in a long time. So
put more weight in the back, and you know, we went back to basically a street tune-up, and we'll see what it takes. We can get some data off first round and go from there. There's a lot of hitters here. All the Mac TV guys are here. Schoolboy's here from Chicago. There's a bunch of fast cars. I mean, I think John Quick's here. He's won the last one. It's going to be tough for sure. It's going to give us some good practice and good testing for mega cash days, I think. Yeah, that's what we need to start gearing back up for, is street racing and the slower stuff.
Should be a good day of racing. Hope you guys enjoy. But getting ready to go up for our bye around here, and we'll watch Billy hopefully bank some gears. Yeah, we're going to cover the daily driver class. We don't know how well that'll do, but It should be interesting. It's way different compared to what we're used to watching small tires.
Definitely more relatable.
Yeah.
There's 35 cars in it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
There's water on the starting line under his tire. I seen it coming. I took
Oh, man.
recaps. That is 5th round, I believe now. 3 cars left. It's been all over the place today. We've been lucky enough to draw right lane. As I'm sure most people can see, left lane's just fucked. So lucky enough to get right lane again against Schoolboy. I think he's the fastest car here, but we were able to get right lane again, thank God. Fucking Landon. Brandon Work's son is trying to intimidate me.
I heard you say fastest car here.
He is.
Oh, yeah, that's correct.
I've drawn right lane all night. I was like, my luck's gonna fucking run out.
That's alright. Alright, we'll see.
You slash your tires.
I know, you should. Yeah, good luck, man.
Yeah.
Be safe.
Anything else you want to say?
Fuck Tommy.
You're gonna lose.
That's Brandon Mork's son. Brandon Mork's tuning that thing, so that's my only hope. Nothing but straight killers these last like 9 cars, so it's been tough, but we made it here somehow.
I was raising my hand so I could speak.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah. Dad,
What?
come here.
He straight up called me a bitch earlier.
No, I didn't.
Don't do that.
Lie.
Because he hit you with the car?
No, I didn't say that.
I mean, like, honestly, he can say whatever.
Good race, man. Good one. I'll get you one. All right, I think
Yeah, I know. I know. You owe me.
Right leg! That was a fight in the left lane. Right lane, I go 2 tenths. Dude, that was a good look. That was a good look. What I tell you, Joey? That was really good.
Hell of a race.
Good one, bro.
That car would have fucked me up. It was right there, and then I clicked high gear, and I almost put a car on him. Like, it was like
500 on that.
Oh my god, man! Wow,
Good shit, man.
Like all day, we perfected that right lane tune-up, and like it was like the car grabbed the scramble for me. Like I just trusted it. It clicked into high because I kept we grabbed the scramble every pass, and we kept adding in.
Never touched it, did you?
Never touched it, but it clicked into high, and I really wanted to. but it clicked into high and I jumped out like crazy.
That's awesome. I mean, that's just horsepower. That's
Good
awesome.
job, Tigger. 48.
I can't imagine how fast he could go in the right if he was right there with me.
I mean, he got down real good.
He got down real good in that left lane.
There just so I can get the fan underneath it.
All right, guys, so we're going into the finals. We took out Schoolboy. That was a hell of a race. And I can't imagine how fast he'd be going in the right lane because he made that pass next to me in the left, and it was quick. I just barely got him at the end. Hell of a race, but we got this little red S10 from Mac TV. I don't think I've ever raced him before. I might have raced him once, but they've been getting this thing figured out. Yeah, we finally ran out of luck and got stuck in left lane, but I think we can still get them. I'm confident that if we can just go A to B, I think we got them covered. So fingers crossed. We'll see what happens.
Hey, good race. Really? Good race. That was a good one. Damn, hell of a job in the left lane.
Good job, guys.
Hey, Rob. Damn, that's tough.
Nice work.
It was a good night.
Good job, Bill.
Come on. Come on.
Wanted that one, didn't you? Did you grab it?
Yeah, right at the end. It probably hurt me more than it helped. But
Jesus.
I couldn't see him. Like, I should have waited a little bit. It was so smoky in my car still. I couldn't even see him flagging. Like, I just waiting for a light to come on, and I looked over, and I could barely see the red of his truck. And I couldn't even tell if I was in front, so I grabbed it right at the end. And I felt it. It didn't love it, but I don't know. I got out down there. I was like, I didn't even know.
Good job, Tommy. Update.
I didn't even know I won. I had no idea. Couldn't even tell. That was awesome.
Did you stop down there and ask who won?
Yeah, I got out. I was like, did you get me? I was like, no, man, you got me. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, it's crazy. It was nuts.
The GoPro showing 360.
Yeah. I couldn't even tell. Yeah, that's good. I literally, it was still so smoky in the car. Yeah, that's like a picture of that.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Oh my God. Wow.
Yeah, I want a picture of that too. Great job, guys. Get out of the way. Get out of here.
No, he showed me what he let.
I think turned it way down just trying to fucking go.
Right off it's like radio prep to no.
I haven't even looked at my drag yet. I'm going.
Good shit. We'll see you guys soon. Are you guys going to cross?
Yeah, I got one.
I don't think so. Good job.
I'm exhausted.
Can I get my
Running
hug
on
now?
1 hour of sleep.
See what you got.
I literally, I'll put up a screenshot of like $70 in my account right now. Running on 1 hour of sleep. I probably look like death, but man, our hard work's paying off. This car, it makes me look way better than I am, but Billy tuning it, and this car just makes my job easy. I just drive as fast as I can, and then you get something like this. I don't know how it happens, but I'm happy.
Congratulations, Bob.
Thank you.
That's a nice tripod you got there.
I know, it's perfect, actually.
Bar stool on top of, or a oil box on top of a bar stool. Nice. All right, so we didn't really film an outro, right?
Or any round. Well, I filmed a couple round recaps, but yeah, stuff is, there's some plot holes. So,
well, it was a hell of a good night.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Let's just go back and start at first round. First round, you drew a bye.
Yeah, that was pretty lucky, and it almost felt, I don't know, like it just feels wrong when I get lucky like that sometimes. But honestly, like, people are like, oh, Tommy got the damn bye, lucky ass, and that kind of thing. I'm like, I don't really like having the bye first round. I've lost first round in that car 3 times in 2 years, so I honestly most of the time feel like I'd take anybody off the trailer anywhere. But
I'd rather not get the bye early and be able to get it later.
Get it way
later. Down
later.
to 3 cars or something.
Get them down to 3 cars, and then I can make it down to 2 and be guaranteed into a little bit of money because we might split or something. But
that bye run going into the finals is always huge.
Yeah. So I really don't. I would give up my bye chip first round sometimes, but since we got it in the left lane. And it was the last pair, so I figured we could get our good data in the left lane because we knew, everybody knows that Milan left lane's a little bit slower. I wouldn't say it's much slower, but it's a lot harder to figure out to be able to go anywhere near as fast as the right lane. So we took advantage of that, took our bye run in the left, and
it left with a little bit of wheel speed, and I kind of thought that it would, but I just wanted to see.
Yeah,
so I'd rather be a little more aggressive on the first round bye than be too soft and then go into next round not knowing, well, could it have taken this?
So it left and it kind of went right, and it was like a really slow, like I was like, oh my God, this thing won't get out of its own way. It wasn't white smoking, it was just like slipping, and I got it straightened out. I didn't lift, I didn't feel like it was quite there to where it just totally lost the tire yet, so I didn't lift. And it kind of just self-corrected, and I kept it as straight as I could so it would try and start grabbing a hold of something, and it did. And it kind of laid there for a second, and then it finally started coming in, and it was going good, and it clicked into high. I grabbed the scramble, and it terrible 330, but 330 to 660 was really good. We went crazy mile an hour for like a 6-second run.
So I'm glad you grabbed the scramble there, because it told us that the back end of the track will take tons of power.
Yeah.
But the front half, you got to be careful in the left lane, especially. Then third round, you drew Black Jesus, right?
Yeah, and I've never raced that car. Never even seen it in person. I know it's a legendary car. If you don't know who that is, I know it's a really popular street race car from
Detroit.
He's from Detroit, yeah. So it was really cool getting to line up next to that car. But I was lucky enough to pull the right lane again. I think at that point it was dark, so there wasn't as many cars going down, and you know things were getting cool. So, but yeah, I think he just didn't put enough in it for the left lane. He was trying to go A to B like anybody else would, get in the left lane like that, and I was just able to put more power down. Simple as that. But
I'll explain who Black Jesus is, since you did a terrible job. So
well, I live under a rock. I was born in 2001.
So Black Jesus is probably the baddest street race car in Detroit, and he has went to Houston and raced boosted GT before on the street. He's raced Lambos on 1320 video.
Batman? You can't forget Batman.
I said street race car. So it was an honor getting to sit beside him with the Falcon. I wish the lanes could have been a little bit more even, but that's just part of racing, and we had to deal with that in the finals anyways. So then we ran Schoolboy after that.
Yeah, so back to back, like really popular, well-known cars and racers, and not very many people say they get to line up next to Black Jesus and then Schoolboy in the same night. Like that's that's a tough night.
Schoolboy is probably the baddest racer in Chicago.
Yeah. Fuck Brandon Mork.
He's very, yeah. Brandon's not like a very good street racer sometimes, but he's pretty good on no prep.
Fuck you, Mork.
He's pretty good on no prep. I mean, he makes a ton of power, but Schoolboy is kind of the king of the streets around there.
Mork was tuning Schoolboy's car all night, so
yeah,
that was my upper hand basically.
No, those guys are pretty sharp, and they know what they're doing, and they've got a lot of support. You know, a lot of support from good companies like we do, and they've got a ton of data. They test a lot, and it was a drag race. I mean,
yeah,
he put down probably the best pass in that left lane out of anybody except for us in the final.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I think our pass and his pass in the left lane would probably have been about dead even.
Yeah, because we put as much as we could, or as much as we thought. I mean, we were trying to be careful in the 60. We're still trying to just go A to B.
It was cold because the track was getting cold because there wasn't a lot of cars going down at that point. Once we were down to the semis, there was only a few cars going down it, and they weren't really doing it any justice. And nobody was really doing burnouts across the starting line. So, and if we don't have to lean on it in the 60 foot and ruin the run, if you can't make it to 60 feet, then you don't have any chance.
Yeah.
As long as the Falcon can make it past the 60 foot without any wheel speed, it's going the rest of the trip. You know, it's going to be fast. So we were a little bit conservative because we knew that Schoolboy was in that left lane, and we thought that if we can just 60 foot with him, we can mile an hour him out the back, and that's what we did. You know, Schoolboy said that he was having a few little issues. Maybe his converter was a little bit loose or something. But that's just part of it. So
he was pretty much right beside me, and then at one point he was in front of me a little bit at about 300 feet, and it was just staying there, and I was just patient. I was just waiting, and it clicked into high gear. And since all night I had been grabbing the scramble out the back, and we kept adding it in, it was like it clicked into high, and the car grabbed the scramble for me, because like I was like, all right, here we go. Like I'm hoping I can edge him out where it's going to be photo finish. Like it was going to be dead even. It clicked into high, and I put like half a car on him like immediately as it shifted. I was like, oh my god. So that car is just a machine. Like you just tell it what to do, and it does it. It just
every time.
Yeah.
You know, whatever you tell it to do, it's going to do it. And every round I was putting a little more in the middle, a little more up top. At that point, we were on about 34 pounds of boost against Schoolboy. Mm-hmm. And I was working on the middle because I could hear it laying there for a while after it would leave, and I could hear that it wanted more power. I just wanted to be careful on the 60 foot and not knock the tire off, but I felt like after 1.8 seconds, it was just gonna eat up whatever whatever we threw at it. So we got faster every single pass, and then we get to the finals, and you drew that red S10. There was 3 cars left when we raced Schoolboy. The red S10 got the buy into the final, and then so the red S10 had taken out some hitters earlier in the day. I think
they
he
got
took
that thing
out
figured
he took
out.
out Fensler, and he took out Gap Train. That little red truck is pretty badass. It's a turbo LS deal. I think it's a 4-link setup, and it's got the turbos in the bed with a bunch of weight back there, the radiators back there.
I can remember a few months ago.
It's a purpose-built backside of the track vehicle.
Yeah, I can remember a few months ago, like, that car was, I'll be honest, I wasn't worried about that truck at all. Like, but now they've figured out a lot, and they've been doing a lot of racing, and it's no slouch now. Like, that truck runs really good.
It's a competitor for sure,
yeah.
And the rest of his team is going to hate to draw him anymore.
Yeah, I know. He did it to his own teammates.
Yeah,
but that's racing.
Yeah, that's racing. But I think he came over to the trailer, and they were wanting to flip for lane choice for the final, and they came over and they said, well, what they asked you what lane you want. Obviously, they knew you didn't want.
We all knew what lane we wanted, and since we drove the furthest, I got to call the flip. I called heads. I always call tails. I decided to call heads because I'm a moron, and then it ended up being tails. So, and I called heads. Lance tails. He goes, yes! Like, he thought he had it won. Like, he was like yes. He's like, oh, yeah, I'll take right lane. I was like,
he was clearly excited that he got that right lane.
I would be too. I mean, shit.
I mean, we were really hoping for it, but
yeah.
So the game plan, when I knew you got right lane, I was like, okay. I started thinking, and I went out there and I looked at the lane and stuff, and I was like, man, I don't think we can put as much as we did in the right. So we turned it down. I took like another 5 degrees of timing out of it on the hit, lengthened the timing pull for longer, and I took a little bit of boost out of the leave, but I added in more up top, and I gave you 4 on the scramble where I only had you on 2 before. That was a risky move because we've never had it on any more than 34 pounds of boost, and if you grab the button, it was going to see 38, and
it did.
And it did see 38, and it picked up quite a bit, and that won you the race.
Yeah, so we did a really hot burnout because the track was getting cold, you know, just colder and colder as the less cars there are. So I did a really hot burnout, and there was a lot of smoke, and I should have waited a little bit for the smoke to clear because I couldn't even see the flagger. Like, after I nodded my head, I was just waiting for a flash of light, and I let go of the button, and I couldn't really see his truck very well, but after watching the video, he was wheels up. Like, he had some power in that. He sounded like he was leaving on 10 plus pounds. I mean, like, front side over there in the right lane, and I'm over here just trying to go A to B in the left.
We're leaving on 4 pounds.
Yeah, I mean, and that's all that thing would take, I think. I mean, I wouldn't say it was on edge. We could probably go faster, but I didn't think that we needed to risk going that much faster and blow the tires off and lose, like we said earlier. So,
especially in that lane that we hadn't been in since first round.
So I could barely see in the car, but we're going down. It's making a pretty straight pass, and you know, I could feel it was a little slower to the 330, but it had to be just being in the left lane. And I looked over at about 400 feet, and I couldn't tell who was in front. It was about 500 feet probably.
He was in front.
Yeah, I couldn't tell who was in front, but it looked like he just, like, if I couldn't tell, I needed to try something. So right at the end, I grabbed the scramble. I couldn't tell if it hurt me or helped me, but you know, after watching the GoPro, I think it might have gotten me the win. But
it definitely did, because it made a move, and it made that 38 pounds no problem as soon as you hit the button. So it's not like it was out of turbo or anything. It was still making power, and it was still 1-to-1 ratio on the dome pressure too. Yeah, it wasn't like into a bunch of back pressure.
So we barely squeezed by him right at the end. I got him by a fender, like half a fender really, and it was an awesome race. Afterwards I got out.
It was like a bumper.
Yeah, it was really
like a
close.
foot.
Yeah, and afterwards I got out, and I thought I lost. Like, I was not confident that I won. I thought, because when I thought I hit the scramble, I thought it picked up wheel speed, and I felt like it slowed down right at the end. I was like, I just gave him the stripe right at the end. But I got out and he's like, I was like, hey, did you win that? I couldn't tell. And he goes, no, I think you got me. I was like, wow. And then he messaged to the starting line, and then he's like, yep, they're calling you, so good job.
I was waiting there. I was waiting for you. I was like, where's the Falcon? Like, when is he gonna come back?
Yeah, we were down.
Does it hurt? Like, and it turns out it actually did lift the head just a little bit on the driver's side, I think.
Yeah, like I drove it back and everything. I didn't hear anything. Like we loaded it on the trailer, and it wasn't until we stopped for gas on the way home last night he saw coolant on the trailer. So,
which, I mean, honestly, a 4-bolt head on 38 pounds of boost, that's, I mean, something's got to give at some point.
Right.
We found the limit.
At least we found the limit, and it didn't take us breaking a ton of stuff. Like, we'll put head gaskets on it, I'm sure.
I don't think it's bad because it didn't seem like it laid over. I looked at the log and it was continuously accelerating, and it sounded fine. It wasn't leaking until it actually cooled down on the way home on the trailer. So we'll get the head pulled off this week, take it to Bob. He'll probably have to mill it because it's an Athena gasket with a cut ring, so it'll leave a little impression in the head. So we'll have to mill the head and just get it flat, put some new Athenas on it, and it'll be ready to go.
I think any longer I was in the gas there, we could have hurt something, but it was just right at the end, literally the last maybe half to a quarter of a second I was on the scramble, and it saw, like you can see on the dash and on the log, it hit like 38. So
I think if we see that amount of boost again, I think I'll add a little bit more fuel to it, because it was about 3.6 air fuel, 3.5. For 38 pounds, it should probably be more around 3.4. Yeah, it's better to be rich and safe.
But I mean, holy cow, we finally hurt something that was, you know, underneath.
I wouldn't even say hurt. You just...
No, it's not even hurt. I could go race it right now, I guarantee you. But we finally found some kind of like breaking point. And it's been, I'm sure I've put over 200 passes on it since I've been racing it. More than that.
Probably more.
Yeah. And I mean, the car itself has probably 500 passes, that combination. So
it had 80 to 100 when we bought it, and however many you've put on it in 2 seasons.
Yeah. We finally did something. We nicked a head gasket, and it's gonna be, I think, an easy fix. We should be fine. It'll be nice to finally pull the heads off and look at everything, and I mean, it'll be nice to go through everything and examine everything before we go to Mega Cash Days. So
maybe do a valve job and see if you know, all the valves are straight, and you know, make sure all the seats look good.
So we ended up getting the dub. It was a really good payout. There was 33 cars at 200 buy-in, and there was $2,000 of sponsor money. So I split 80-20 with the guy in the red S10. So we walked away with like $6,800, which was huge. I mean, that's a really good weekend. So
yeah, and I won quite a bit of money betting on you on the starting line. Actually,
yeah, the guy that you won 500 off of came up to me and told me, and I was like, sorry, I guess. I don't know why you're telling me that, but sorry.
Yeah, I mean, usually when I'm on the starting line and somebody says, hey, you want to bet? And I'm like, yeah, sure, 500. Usually they're like, nah, 20 or 40. But this guy was like, bet. I was like, oh shit, all right.
Who was that again? Schoolboy?
Yeah, Schoolboy. So I bet 500 there, and then in the final, I bet the same guy. He's like, you know, you're in the left lane against that red truck.
It was the same guy.
Same guy. Took another 100. But he said
that guy came up to me.
Yeah, he said next time I'm up there, he wants to bet on Schoolboy again if Schoolboy's in the right lane. I was like, okay.
He don't learn his lesson, does he?
No. He wants to keep betting against you.
That's fine. That's fine. Let's keep taking his money. Well, so awesome event by Detroit Hood TV. It was finally nice to get back to Milan. We haven't raced there in probably a year or two. The track kind of switched ownership or something, I think. So we weren't able to race there for a while. That's probably our favorite track in Michigan. So really good time, decent event. Everything ran smooth. So shout out to Detroit Hood TV. Hopefully over time the lanes can even up. But
yeah, maybe there's something they can do there in the future that would make it a little bit better. But honestly, I mean, you won in that left lane in the final.
Yeah,
you proved that you can win. You just have to change your tuning strategy a little bit. Maybe add a little bit more out the back and less down low.
Put a lot more out of the back than you're comfortable with.
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Everybody did an awesome job. Dad lining you up, and I was behind the car, kind of putting you where I wanted you, and it all worked out. Rob was helping, you know, with the light. And
Allison got awesome footage all day. Running GoPros.
Mom was selling merch like crazy.
Making us shredded chicken sandwiches. Come on, get in here. I was fueled by 2 hours of sleep, and the only thing that kept me going was those shredded chicken sandwiches.
My cooking.
So, yeah, and the
Yeah, it was
cookies.
so windy and cold, and I held down the fort in the merch tent.
I was so tired from street racing the night before. I was taking naps between rounds.
Yeah.
And I was just
Can we talk
waiting.
about that?
Good
Can
job,
we
Teddy
not
Bear.
do
Thank you.
all-night street races on the night before we have to drive clear to Michigan?
Every
Well-
time you guys would pull in and out, the dogs would jump out of bed and bark and squeal, and Mom was mad as a hornet, and I was like, I don't even care. I'm just
So-
gonna sleep.
So we were going
It's
on
going to be
hours of
worth
sleep.
it because that's how we make money and make a living. So on the weekends, we got to be racing 24/7 or making content.
Yeah, so after this video is going up, midweek, we're going to have a video up of, we had some streetcar stuff going on with
We
Billy
actually
racing.
had a lot of
this time.
races
Yeah.
on Saturday.
It was a
pretty
full house here, man. Our whole freaking parking lot here was filled with
I
streetcars.
spelled
so-
yard wrong.
Yard, yeah.
Yeah, yard.
Old Stranger Things was putting in work.
And CJ showed up with his wife's Mustang, and so yeah, it'll be nice to have him back on the camera after his wreck, so you guys get to see him. He's doing good. So
All kinds of shenanigans.
Yep, so that's going to do it for this video, guys.
also this week will be Tony's coming here, isn't he?
They arrived
Yeah, we
Wednesday
got-
morning.
We got a big trip coming up. We're not going to say where we're going yet, but we got a big trip coming up for streetcars. So
And so Tony's gonna come here, Tony and Tess, and we'll probably get the heads off the Falcon and
Yep.
do that kind of
We
stuff.
gotta pull the heads off.
oh man, we got to pull the heads one
Maintenance.
time and
Maintenance.
450 passes. I'll be damned.
I'll be
At
going
least we're not
snoring.
pulling the rods out of the freaking diaper.
You mean like this one? Oh, you mean the small block that you built that you scattered.
So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yep.
See you next time.
Thank you guys. See ya.